Welcome to our 5 on 5. Pleased to welcome back Oregon Tech President Dr. Nagi Naganathan. Good to see you, sir.
Likewise. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you. So it's obviously a busy time of year. The quarter, you guys just started school in the last few weeks. I know enrollment's up. What is going on at the university that you're excited about this school year?
Well, I was telling my colleagues this is the year of new beginnings. There are a lot of new things going on. As you know, we had our 75th anniversary celebrations. So this is the beginning of the end of that milestone.
Yes.
Now we are moving on to another phase of Oregon Tech. We have a new program. Our first doctoral program is off this year. That's doctorate in physical therapy. We have a new partnership with Boeing. So students are going to work in a new kind of interactive internship experience with Boeing. We have a new residence hall that is going to come on live. So there are a lot of new things going on this year. And one of the things we are excited about is a new Center for Well-Being that we are starting at Oregon Tech. I think we all have spent a lot of time last 3 years talking about not being well. This is time we are going to talk about being well. So it's about a center of well-being that is much more holistic. It is not just physiological health.
Okay, and is the physical therapy doctorate a part of that? Because like you referenced, well-being that's a big umbrella, sir.
Well, the doctorate of physical therapy is a very unique program. It's a partnership with OHSU. So it's a new partnership as well. And that is, both SEALs will be there when the student graduates. Our first graduates will be in 2026. So it's about focused on rural health. It's a high cachet program, and it is a very niche program in doctorate in physical therapy.
Partnering with OHSU, of course, big deal here in the state of Oregon. So you guys have maintained your position as one of the nation's top universities in multiple categories, according to U.S. News and World Report. Best colleges rankings from Smart Asset also called your school a best value college. How is, you talking about all this stuff going on, how is tech continuing to grow in all these different areas and yet still widen its footprint into these new areas?
Well, I mean, that is something, it's old news, but still new news in terms of the new rankings you just talked about. We are ranked best in the state of Oregon. We are in the top 3% in the nation. That Georgetown also did a study on us, and that happened recently. But what is more important is the technology landscape is changing so much. Whether it is in health or whether it is in engineering, we have to constantly recalibrate. So one of the challenges I oppose to my colleagues is how are we going to prepare our students for the new AI-influenced careers? The same careers we have had, and our students continue to be successful, but we cannot assume this is going to continue 50 years from now. So how do we prepare our students for the future?
I wasn't planning on asking you that, but it's a great idea you brought up. Thank you very much. We're going to run with this now. And now, is the university embracing AI, and how, it's obviously evolving so much. How do you do that properly while preparing students for 2, 3, 4, 10 years in the future?
Well, this is one of those technologies you cannot not brace. It is just that how do you best adapt, how do you introduce it, how do you work with it? So it's not a technology we can say, we are not going to deal with it. It has already been with us for a long time. I taught my first AI class in 1989. Wow. And AI has come a long way in terms of what it is today with the computing power. So it is going to affect every profession as we know it. Particularly when you are in a professional program, you need to be cognizant of what will the same career look like in 10 years from now. We need to start preparing. Our faculty are doing a great job. There are lots of conversations. How do you work with the AI and alongside AI and infuse it correctly?
Wow. Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break before I go off on 30-minute tangent continuing the AI conversation. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Oregon Tech President Dr. Nagi Naganathan, talking about obviously the new school year wrapping up 75, I believe you said it was,
yes,
the
that
anniversary
is
year.
Yep.
Something we've obviously seen for years in Klamath Falls is the geothermal project there. What's Oregon Tech's involvement with that, and what's happening with it right now?
Well, we are one of the unique organizations, universities, that is heated entirely by geothermal. We are using that renewable energy source. They did a great job 60 plus years ago putting that infrastructure down. Now it is showing its age. So thanks to the state legislature, it is an $18 million investment in which we are going to refurbish that entire infrastructure. All of our heating, all of our hot water comes from geothermal. So that is very important for, for our operations and for our students. But we also are kicking off a geothermal power plant so that we can produce more of our power from the two. The saving we have through using geothermal for heating and hot water is of the tune of $1.4 million. So I would like to say we are walking the talk in geothermal.
That's very exciting. And you know, we've certainly seen the higher education funding from the state change so much over the years. That obviously is huge. What is the situation right now for tech? And obviously $1.4 million goes a long way when you're talking about dwindling state assistance.
Well, everything helps. First of all, for us, it is not just about the utility bill. Obviously, it's important. Everything we do is an educational platform for our students, so that renewable energy is not simply a heat source. It is as much a learning source for our students. Likewise, we also have a 2 megawatt solar array on campus, so that provides 30% of our power. So Oregon Tech is also the home to Oregon Renewable Energy Center. So this has been a state program for a long time, and of late we have some outstanding people that have joined the program. Look forward to great things out of that renewable energy initiative.
We talked, I believe it was last year at the beginning of the school year, obviously, about the partnership with Boeing and how important that is, of course, for the students and for the future of the university. What can you tell us about how that's evolved in the last calendar year? Because it is, well, at the partnership level, relatively new, but obviously there's connections that go back, you know, possibly decades. But you know, I believe up north, between Seattle and here, there's also some things happening right now.
That is correct. And we have been teaching Boeing engineers for the last 20 plus years, almost 25 years, in Everett, outside the Boeing plant. Oregon Tech is the only Oregon public university that is allowed to teach in the state of Washington. So we have that unique partnership with Boeing. First, Boeing is also the partner, lead industry partner in the Oregon Manufacturing Innovation Center in Scappoose, Oregon. We started with 7 industries. Today we have 40 multinational industries that are part of that particular center that does both subtractive and additive machining. And that's a very unique resource for the state of Oregon and then beyond. Now we flip the model. We are rethinking how do students experience industry while they are in school. Very important as a polytechnic university. As you know, Oregon Tech got identified or designated as the Oregon's Polytechnic University in 2021 by the state of Oregon. So we continuously explore how do you remain congruent with that mission. So last year we started conversations with Boeing. Now we have a collaborative lab on campus in Klamath Falls. So our students will do actual Boeing projects guided by Boeing engineers right in Klamath Falls while they are attending school. To me, it is one example with one industry, and we are going to duplicate it in other sectors. In this case, they are learning not just the technical work, which they could do by being in a traditional internship.
Sure.
In this case, they are going to be learning what does it take to work in an environment like this. This is not simply a grant or contract with Oregon Tech. We are as important as a supplier that gives landing gears to Boeing. So we are in a purchase service agreement, and how do students and the university participate in this arrangement? We hope to duplicate it, and that is our job as Oregon's Polytechnic University to redefine that landscape.
What an opportunity for them. That's so cool. Great to see you. Thanks so much.
Likewise, thank you for having me.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.